New hairstyle. Do you guys like my hair?
Hey crew, welcome back to Bridgette's channel. Bridgette is currently out of office and this is your girl, Wiz, starting her vlog. She's about to commute in the day before her 2-day trip, which starts tomorrow. So she will see you guys in the next clip.
So this is the end of day one. As you guys saw, we worked a flight from JFK to LA. Well, we're here. I ordered me some dinner and I am getting ready to start day two. So catch you guys in the next clip.
So as you guys heard, the brief synopsis of my day from the world of Wiz. If you're not following her, you know you need to pause right now. I will link her channel above in the cards and go and check her out. But yes, I am in Atlanta. We had 2 legs today. Today was a very long day for me. This is one of the first, oh, before we even start that, new hairstyle. Do you guys like my hair? Try something new. But yeah, back to what I was saying. And you guys know, I'm in the bathroom because the lighting's better. I'm not using the bathroom because we get comments that ask silly questions, but I digress. Anywho, yes, today was a long day. I haven't done a really early report domestic trip. Sorry, friends, I need to clean you guys off in a long time. So it was pretty rough. My report time this morning was 5:45, and then working a 5.5-hour flight to LA, and then from LA deadheading on a 4.5-hour flight to Atlanta was a long day, you guys. And like Whistling said, it's cold here in Atlanta. I don't know why I didn't expect for it to be cold. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't expect for it to be this cold. Obviously it's winter and we were outside waiting for a while, so that wasn't fun. The flight to LA was not full, so we had a lot of open seats, which was a difference because we don't really have that happen a lot. And then LA to Atlanta, I was a passenger, so I tried to sleep, and now we're here. Tomorrow we have 2 legs. We do an Orlando turn out of Atlanta, and then I need to knock on wood. I'm supposed to be going home from Atlanta. I don't want to jinx myself. Ooh, my ankle just cracked. But that is what is projected. This trip is very high time. For those of you who are not familiar with airline lingo, high time basically means that it is worth a lot of credit hours, what you would be paid. So at each base for the airline that I work for, the credit hours for 1-day trips, which are considered turns, or 1-day trips if it's not only 2 legs, 2-day trips, 3-day trips, and so on, vary per base. And typically at my base, a 2-day trip can range from the minimum 9.5 hours, and a high time would be like 12 or 13. Well, this 2-day trip was initially 15 something and is now worth 16 hours. And to put that into perspective, there's other bases where a 3-day trip will be worth 14 hours. So I made 16 hours in 2 days, is really good. Enough of me flapping my gums. I will speak to you guys tomorrow morning when it's time to get ready for pickup. So have a good night and I will see you in the next clip. Hey crew, so I forgot to come back and speak to you guys yesterday, but yesterday was the end of the first 2-day trip that I'm working in this 4-day block. I came back home for the night. I am back at the airport because I am going back to work for another 2-day trip. Yesterday I didn't get to speak to you in the morning in Atlanta because I woke up early, but I ended up running late. Go figure. So we did Atlanta to Orlando, Orlando to Atlanta, and Atlanta turn. And then I deviated from my deadhead, which basically means that I asked for permission to not take that deadhead, which you guys know deadhead means flying as a passenger, but you're still considered working crew. Back to base. So instead of going from Atlanta to New York or JFK, where my trip started, I went straight home from Atlanta. That was yesterday. Now today, I'm working another 2-day trip, but I'm working something called a Layover. It has many names across different airlines. At a previous airline I worked at, it was called a stand-up. But basically, it's when you work the last flight of the night, you have a really short layover, and then you work the first flight of the morning back to your base. So, can you guys guess where I'm going? I'm gonna give you a quick second. I just came from there. As my hint, to comment down below. I'm going back to Orlando. So this time I'm not going to New York. I'm not going to JFK. I am going to LaGuardia. So I work LaGuardia to Orlando tonight. I have like a 6-hour layover. And then I work Orlando to LaGuardia back tomorrow morning. So we are up to date, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is 4:41. I've made it to LaGuardia. My sign-in's not until 6:59 p.m. so I have some time. I'm sitting at a vacant gate, but I wanted to check in and just let you guys know that I made it here. And that's about it. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hey crew, it is 12:35 local time, and my pickup is at 4:45, so I don't have. Sorry, it's 11:35 local time. As you can see, I look crazy because I'm tired. I don't have that much time before I have to get back up, so I just wanted to quickly come on and do a fast crew debriefing. The flight was fine. It wasn't full, but it was very bumpy. Uneventful, just how we like it, and I will see you guys in 4 hours. So see you in the next clip.
A few moments later.
Good morning, crew. It is, or good 4 hours later, I should say. It's 4:36. I'm about to head downstairs. I just wanted to come and speak to you guys. We have one leg back to LaGuardia, knock on wood. And then I'll be done and going home. And this will be the end of my 4-day block of two-day trips. I'm not a fan of these trips, but it gets you back early. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is the day after the end of the Layover or stand-up trip that I finished yesterday, and I'm about to start editing this vlog, so I wanted to make sure that I came back and close it out, and we had a final crew debriefing and everything, so on and so forth. So we worked that one leg from Orlando to LaGuardia. It was 100% full, and it was uneventful for the most part. It was pretty bumpy, so we had to sit down for a good chunk of it. The flight time was 2:09 or something like that, and we sat down probably for an hour total, but not consecutive. Like, we sat for a few, then we got up and tried to start service, and we were told to sit back down, back and forth. So we landed in LaGuardia at around 8:30 a.m. but the next flight home was 8:45, so obviously I was not going to make that. So after that was a flight at 9:30. So I got on that 9:30 flight. We didn't take off until 10:30 because we were waiting in line to take off. And then I rode the metro home, and can you believe we landed at the airport at 11:30. From 11:30 to 2 p.m. it took me to get home on public transportation. So by the time I got home, I was beat. I ate food, and then I said I was going to take a nap. I had to get up for 6 p.m. to do something that was time sensitive, and I ended up waking up at 5:56. So that's about it. I typically do not do stand-ups. I don't like them because that short nap kind of sleep is just not for me, but I needed to be home yesterday, so that's why I did it, and pretty much everyone else on the trip. And they're not really worth that much, or at least that one was not worth that much. So I'm not too sure if I will be doing any more in the near future. If you've been watching me for a while, the last stand up or lean over I did was a Chicago one, and it was extremely delayed. And that's the problem with doing these, because it's considered one duty day, and I don't want to get into too much technical talk, but basically it's not considered a 2-day trip even though it touches 2 days. Even if you're delayed and say you get in at the same time you're supposed to leave and come back out, so you don't get the layover, it's not illegal. You still continue on. So that continuous duty is just not for me, you know. Everyone has their preferences, and that's just something that I prefer not to do. So I was supposed to be working on Thursday, but I ended up swapping that trip for something later in the month where I had space. And I am supposed to be working a turn on Friday, so I don't think I'll be vlogging that. So I'm not sure when the next vlog will come out, but if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe and see you soon.